is starting, guys, and you all heard it right. And it is the NEC Showdown Season 2, and we are in the stage of the quarterfinals. And while staying in this stage, we have already passed out the 3 groups, and we have already the 15 semi-finals team, and maybe they will also be rocking on that stage. From today onwards, we will be having the 20 teams for the semi-finals, and likewise, they will also be playing for the finals to go into that area and confirm their slot booking, and each and everything gonna be confirmed from this stage. For now, it is me, your host, Silas Cast, and you guys are watching the Delilah PUBG, and you guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The love and support you guys have been providing us is insane, and today it is being the match of the Wrangle in the first match today. And the first match has been started away, and the plane path has also got that plane path takeaway. And for now, it is the Zerzupul towards the Lipovka area, and it is going throughout that area of the Yasnaya Poliana, but the teams are being clustered right here, and the teams from the area of the Yasnaya Poliana, they are still trying to land out there, and maybe a great condition of the fighting can be carried out from these teams. And the slot number 6, for now, they are trying to make some kind of the initial fights against this team. They are coming in their way out, but the teams, they will be excited to make their plantation in the hashtag 5 as well. But while contesting for the hashtag 5, teams need also to focus on their ability and their performance in order to qualify for the semi-finals, as well as going for the finals and making that trophy secure for their team. And today it would be a great and the massive matches performance, how they will be going for that area and how they will be contesting for that position as well. And it is the first match, and zone, we're gonna have make some look on the zone, and it is going straight away towards the Zerzupol area and the Gatka area, which is taking the midway towards that. And MSes esports is right there in the middle of the circle, but initial phase of the loot collections is being started from the teams for now, and maybe some kind of the fighting battles and all of the scenario may be created from this stage. But any of the initial fighting scenario will be expecting by our team as well. And there we go. For now, it is the team from the slot number 6, ESC, and they want to escape from this area, but the team from the 2v is right there, and they are trying to make some initial fight. And there we go, one knock, and it is instantly taken down. Elimination has been firstly taken down from this team, and slot number 16, one elimination already converted by this player, and he is going to have some kind of the performance and the confidence as well. From this scenario, they will be having a great fighting spirit, and all of these teams will have a great opportunity to prove their synergy and their legacy in this stage. But the teams still trying to make some kind of the fight, but they have to go for the zone as well. The team from the slot number 9, they want to go for the zone first of all, and they are not still trying to make those elimination count possible for this stage, and they are straight away, they are going for the zone, and they are playing some kind of a different approach for the safe moment from this area. And if you are talking about the teams of this lot number 6, they're still trying to gather some kind of the initial loot phase, and collecting these loot phase collections, they will also have to worry about their instances of the fight, how they will carry on is also the major question that can be raised from this stage. And the player from this lot number 7, there is the player who is still trying to make some kind of the vision in their favor. The player from the slot number 7, it is the Dope, and Dope, he is also trying to make some kind of the initial eliminations as well, but for now he is kind of the busy in collecting a great and the proper loot collection. Okay, for that he have to go for what, and all of the teams are trying to take that area in their context, but how they will be approaching in the later phase of the games will also be mattering a lot for these teams. And there we go, players from these teams are insanely being contributing a greater match, and they had already a great fighting scenario, and that spirit will be carrying on them into the semi-finals. But the players from the 355, they have a greater kind of the advantage from this stage, but they have to go for the zone as well. But the zone is not that far away from this team, and the 355, they are already trying to take some kind of the elimination from this stage. But there we go, only the 4 players are there, and maybe they have already spotted out the players from the another team as well. Look at the team from this lot number 16. 2VR are rising from that area. Maybe they can have some kind of the fight right there. But the team from the fire, they are also trying to take some kind of the fight, and multiple instances of the fights are going on right now, and how they will be converting it into their favor will also be having a greater question as well. But the player from this zone right there, he's also trying to make that elimination count possible. And there we go, a player from this lot number 11 is being traced out from the sun, and the sun, they are trying to rise up, and there is the potential maybe kind of the scenario that can be arised, and that can be converted into their favor as well. But they are still trying to get some potential knockdown, but no, for now they have to go for the zone of the 2700 meters, and they are not trying to hesitate for that fight, and straightly going forward for the zone. And probably this team will having a great synergy as well. And this lot number 20, they are trying to make some kind of the elimination from this stage. But there we go, another player, another team, they are trying to make eliminations. Here is the slot number 21. 355 is still trying to make eliminations, but they are not still trying for that, which can be converted, and which may be a greater instance, and that would be able to relatively connect their position as well. And the teams from the virus are being okay, spammed in the comment section, and we're gonna make some look over that team as well. But the teams is still trying to make some look. Here is the team 355, and there we go, another team is being shown in that region, but still they are trying to make some kind of the elimination as well. There are the cluster of the teams, they are trying to make some eliminations. But okay, there is a player from the 355. Delilah goes right away from that area, and the vehicle is being contested by the teams. And there we go, the team are trying to make some elimination, but the vehicle is now being damaged, and they need to make some kind of the retreat scenario from this stage. And there we go, as I was talking about that, they have to maintain this fight, they have to maintain some kind of that fighting spirit in their favor. But there we go, virus, they are trying to make some kind of the virus scenario, they are trying to hit up that all the players, they are trying to make that domination in this lobby. And virus, already 1 eliminations has been converted, and maybe pending eliminations can also be converted from this team. And there we go, the team from the 2V right there, they are trying to fight against that team, and 2V trying to fight there as well, and they need to focus on that as well. And how they will be managing that fight will also be raising there. And the team already taking that elimination for now, that they are already taking that fight against that team. And the demonic is right here, and demonic is trying to make some kind of the revival, and revival will be proceeded and it will be executed as well. But the team for now, they are being successfully retreated, and the 25 seconds of timer to go for the zone synchron, and zone synchron will be coming up soon. And there we go, the player from the virus are being taken down, and there we go, players are being casually hampered from this type of area, and they need to make some kind of the look over there. But no, till now they are trying for that area, but the teams are still trying for that kind of the scenario that can be arised from this team. But okay, how they will be approaching for the zone, how they will be taking up a kind of a different scenario from this stage will also be raising from this stage. And there we go, slot number 7, Dope is trying to make some kind of the vision over there. Okay, zone, but going for that zone, players outside the circle, they have to struggle a bit, they have to work on this, and this should not stick away into that zone area. But having that into the consideration, excited to see what can happen right here. And teams are still trying to get into the circle, and while getting into the circle, they are still trying to make some kind of the vision right there with the players as well. and already that zone has been strengthened, and the players for now they are being contested, and the teams are still trying to make some kind of a good fighting synergy, and they are still a bit far away from that area. They have to go for the zone as well, but there we go, the player from the virus, they are still with that one elimination. No any further eliminations have been converted from this team. And talking about the further eliminations, there we go, the team from the another players, KH, has been taking down the player from the Kukuri Esports, and Kukuri Esports for now they are being shut down, and they are taken away from this lobby, so that they need to figure it out from the another match how they can move into that area, and how they can have a proper zone area and contexting into that zone as well. Okay, for this stage they have to prove their liberty and their all kind of that potential dignity that can be showed up and showcased in this stage. But the team from this lot number 7, they have also need to figure it out, and there we go, the players from this lot number 12 CSC, they have to make some kind of division among that players. There's the player from this lot number 18, they have been taking those players into the consideration, and they're taking their vision on that player, but no, they have not connected that shot clearly on that player as well. And there we go, the player is still trying to make some kind of division and the potential damages to that player, but no any connections has been till made for this player, and they are trying to make some kind of the presence. And there we go, the player has been taken the vision of that player as well. Now it is going to hamper the both of the players, and from this area he have to make some kind of the eliminations as well. There we go, this lot number 12, it is the CSC and the T and 6 tinges. Okay, what is that pronunciation? I'm wrong with that maybe, but you guys can make me correct. And there is the team, and they are trying to make some kind of the ability that can be showcased from this stage, but teams are still trying for that level ways to make their contribution into their favor. But the teams have to make their elimination count potentially possible, but teams will still be trying hard to make some kind of the vision right there in the stage. But the team from the slot number 18 Strom is right there, and they are trying to take some vision over there, and they are trying to look over that area, but no any kind of the vision and no any connections has been find out till now. And there we go, the players are being pressed out, but still they have to make that sure how can they be connecting those shots, and how can we make that eliminations possible in that favor. And the players are trying to kick off their first elimination, and they are trying to strike a bit kind of the scenario, but the player from the another in trying to hit that player, slot number 18 Astro is right there, and eliminations can be confirmed from this stage as well. And the slot number 12, they are still trying to make that differences between the other teams, and how they can be that a different team, and how they can be the different pathway they can take away is the majority of that differential point, and several kind of the factors that can be matter for the every aspect of the game. And they are still trying that how can they be improving that is stays in this area. And the player from the drop is trying to hit that shot against those players, and maybe now the players from the dope, they will be having a considerable fight, and they have to go for this fight as well. But no, they are having some kind of the pretty bit expensive fight, and they need to manage this out. But there we go, the player from the dope, he is instantly taking that player down and instantly finishing off that player, and they can have a good eliminations as well. And he's also trying to make that elimination into his favor, and the player is being revived, and successfully he is started up into his feet. And the players are still trying to make some kind of the differences between them, and how they can be able to make a kind of different scenarios as well. Okay, there we go, the slot number 7, team number 7 DOP is trying to make that differential point, and how can they be integrating the players, and that integrity can be shown up from this area by having those almost a great eliminations in the yesterday's match. We have shown that how the players have been dominating the stage. The players from the 141 esports, likewise the another team, this I forget the name, but it was a great potential and that great vision from those teams. And there we go, the players are still trying to make some kind of the vision, but that looking over the circle. It is being clustered right into the stage, and the slot number 7 is also trying to make that vision connection, but the connection from that red dot, it is not gonna make some kind of the elimination. But there we go, his partner gonna make that connection build up successfully, and he have made that down player into that consideration of the elimination as well. How can they be eliminating the teams? Okay, there we go. No any teams has been found right now. Okay, we have been seeing those players in that instances, but no any kind of the eliminations have been set for now, and teams have to make some kind of the vision, and maybe they can also create some kind of the differences, and those differences can make them a bit in their stage as well. And okay, how they will be approaching for this zone will also be a majority of the question that can be arised from the teams, and how will they be having those elimination count in their favor can also be raised out from this area, and how they will be having those fights as well will also be raising from this area. And there we go, the players from the slot number 23, already 4 eliminations has been collected, but those 4 eliminations not gonna help them a far better approach. There is the players and slot number 23, 3 players is still remaining, and already 3 and okay 4 eliminations converted into their favor, but the teams are still trying to make some kind of the differential point, and integral part of that is they need to work out on their potential as well. There is the players from the slot number 18, they are still trying to make some kind of the early breakout, but how can they be making those even kind of the position right there, and how can they can expose those players and make their isolated position into their elimination count, and the eliminations can be secure as well from this stage. They are not trying to hesitate in order to fight with those players, but the players are still having those conflict between them, how just need to fight or not, how just they need to get into the battle or not would be a greater question as well. So lot number 23, it is the next talk secrets right there, and 4 players are still into their favor, and it would be a great and the greatest advantage for this team. But there we go, the slot number 23 are being traced out from this area, but they have not yet been taking those connections into their favor. But how this team would be making those eliminations into those favor would also make some kind of the differences to this area, but how would they be approaching would be a greater question as well. Okay, there we go, the team number 23, they're trying to make some kind of the vision and eliminations count, but the zone has been shrinked, and now it is the zone time, and it is the time of the zone, and it is been shrinked in the center of the circle for the players of the 2v, and they can have a greater advantage from this stage in order to make some kind of the eliminations right there. And how can they be forgetting to make eliminations and collect to their favor would also be a majority of that elimination count possibility. And how can they be fighting and send back towards their own direction? Teams would be having a great connection of those fights, and teams now need to get into the circle as well. As soon as the circle closes in, relatively all the players will be having consider into the fights as well. Considering into those fights, a team have to prove themselves. There is the team from this lot number 10 virus are still there, and they are still having that favor of the zone, but for now it would be a majority of that question. There will be the players in 3 and back to back. Now the push has been coming into this area and this building. Now the teams have to fight, and it is the do or die situation for the teams, and multiple area shall be covered up, multiple areas shall be contested by these teams. And there we go, the slot number 23. Now the 1 players have been taken down for now. Now he had to make that revival possible, and this revival possibility, how can they be able to fight back as well, would be a greater question from this stage. And the slot number 14, it is the Eskatha, and Eskatha, they are trying to take those players down, but the players from the slot number 23, they are being standly taken down, and they have to make some kind of the vision right there, and maybe a greater instances of the fight can be pulled up from this area, but the players are still have to make some kind of those pretty bit kind of a hard circle as well. And I was talking about in the previous game as well, how can they be improving their ability to make those kind of the fights right there. But there is the players trying to hit those connections from this area. Slot number 23, they are being taken down, and for now the only last player is right there, and the player having that side connection, and there we go, the 4 eliminations already been collected for this team, and already a greater instances of the fight has been showcased, and they are excited to make those eliminations into their favor. But one player is only remaining for this team is the greater disadvantage, and how this disadvantage can be converted into their favor would also be mattering for them as well, and how the team can make up their favorable position, and how can they be fighting into those area can also create some kind of the differences between the teams, and the teams have to make those elimination count into their favor. But for now it is the team and it is the players from this stage, they need to take some kind of the fight. They are in the do or die stage, they need to get into the zone as well. They have to go for the alternative rotation, or they need to fight back with the players right there in this stage, and how they will be able to make some elimination. And there is the players from the dope as well, the players from the CSC, they have made that fight connection possible right there, and they have made it into their favor as well. And the player from the virus right now, they have been trying to make those elimination into their favor, and the player from this slot number 23, only last player is arriving for this team, but still they have that potential. He have that potential to make those elimination into their favor. EEV is the team right here, and the players are still trying to make those eliminations. Maybe some sorts of the elimination can be picked up from this direction, is also a favorable opportunity for this team and for this player, and he can prove that how he can be a differentiated player and how he can be contributing. His team is the majority of the question, but the team from this lot number 12, they have been standing taking that fight into that zone, but they have not yet been connecting any kind of the shot. There is the two players instantly. In fact, those two players can make some kind of a villain role for these teams. Maybe moving forward would be a greater question and the greater possibility. But the players from the 2B, they are also trying to take some kind of the players down. And the players from the virus, right now, they are trying to take players down, and players are being down as well. And they are trying to hit some kind of the focusable game, and they are trying for a great massive eliminations as well. But the players for now being eliminated and taken down, the players from the dope, for now they have to maintain this fight into their consideration, but it is going to be the hard enough fight for this team. And there we go, the player are trying still to make those fight into their area, but the slot number 10, he is still trying to make elimination. There we go, the slot number 8 has been taken down for now, and there are only 7 teams remaining for now, and 7 teams has to make this connection into their consideration. And the players from the top, he is also being spotted right there, and teams are starting to build up there some kind of that caliber, and across that area they have been still maybe pretty bit kind of possible scenario can be created, and they are just trying to divert those players into that area. But okay, another player being taken down, and they have to make this fight somehow possible. But another player from the dope has been taken down as well. Now it is being clustered, and it is being a huge impactful game for this team, and players are still trying to make those differentiation and making that elimination count as well. Slot number 10 are the players, they are being traced out from the players of the slot number 7 dope, and dope is still trying for that elimination count. And how will he be trying to take that elimination? Already 5 eliminations into their favor, but only 2 players are remaining, and how can they be surviving into this stage? The players from the another instances as well, they're trying to make some kind of the differentiation. And the player from the slot number 14, they are also trying some kind of the vision as well. Here is the player from the slot number 7, it is the DOPE dope, and dope, they are still trying to make some kind of those extra eliminations that can be collected from their stage. And here is the players is still trying to strengthen from that area, but the player from the slot number 16, EXO are trying to make that elimination into their favor, and they are stepping up into that area of the circle, and the four teams are still remaining in the last area of the circle. And how will they be executing this fight would also be mattering a lot in this stage of the game. And now the slot number 14, it is already the two eliminations for these players, but how will he be connecting those players? There's a player from the dope, but oh, there is the player who is being taken down, and it is being cluster situation. And how will he be connecting that shot into his favor? Will also be arising there, but the players from the dope, they are still trying to make that elimination into their favor, and it is being showcased from these teams. And now it is being a great opportunity for them to convert this match. But the players from the EXO, they have a greater opportunity in comparison to the players of the dope. They have been trying for the grenade as well. The player from the dope now being spotted from the players of the EXO Global is right there, and one player is taken down already, but the 6 players is still remaining in this lobby. And how will it be converting into their consideration? Would also be taking that grenade as well, but how it would be going into that favor? Already a greater instances of those fights has been taken down, and there we go, it has been denying that the entry of the players. How can they be enter into the circle of that area? The slot number 7 and slot number 14, they are still trying for that grenade connection. Maybe that could have a greater impact for their area, but the slot number 14 and slot number 7, they have a greater responsibility among these two teams. One team is gonna obviously grab that chicken or bird. How will they be converting this? And the players are still 4 players are remaining for the players of the EXO, but they are still trying to hesitate to go into that area and make elimination count. But there is the player from the dope, he is taken down, and now last player is last player surviving for this player. And there we go, he is trying to make that possible instances, but there we go, he was trying to connect those DBs, but no, at the last moment he was not able to make that elimination count into his favor. And EXO, with that wonderful game, they have been converting this game into their faith as well, and it would be a greater fight, and it is being converted into their favor as well. A wonderful game, a wonderful chicken dinner for this team and other teams as well. 10 eliminations for the dope as well, and 10 elimination is not just a small number for them. And we will be just right back after a short break. Till then, keep watching, guys. I will be just right back after a second, and till then, you guys can keep liking us, keep subscribing us, and you guys can keep supporting us as well. Well, welcome back again. We want to welcome you all, guys, in the second match of this event, and we are with the group number D. And Group D are right now is rocking into this stage, and they are trying to make some kind of their presence in this stage. And while talking about this plane path, how it is going to make some kind of the differential part in this area, will also be rising right here. But how it is going to be, we're gonna make some kind of the look on this plane path. It is going straight away from the Impala to the Minastral Sir. And Minastral Sir, the teams going forward with that area of the upper hill area can have some kind of the difficulties in order to make some kind of eliminations as well, and maybe they are excited to make some kind of the elimination. But okay, there we go, make some kind of the vision on that zone, how it is going right there. It is, the zone is straight away right behind and right opposite of that plane path, and it is going towards the Laco area, El Pozo, and the all other area that is not contested and not been favorable for the zone. But how it is being, it is drastically changed by this zone, and the villain role and the hero of this game gonna be the zone as well. And the major impact that has been playing on this stage is the zone, and Laco area is as a center of the zone. And there is the player from the slot number 6. They are trying to make some kind of these shots regarding that sniper, but no any connections has been built up for now. But the teams has to go for those areas. But after that, taking that favorable drop, what a way to kick off these things for the circle as well. They are going hard to those areas, so that teams will be having some kind of the difficulty to go towards that area, and multiple teams has to go through that area, so that they will be having a kind of the difficulty and a rotation fight possibly. Yeah, we can say that as well. And rotation fire will be having between those teams which are not still trying to make any kind of the vision right there. And the players for now, they are trying to make some elimination count as well, the players in the area of the Los Leones as well. Los Leones area is a way far better and a way far, it is cluster scenario is being created in this stage, and they are trying to make some kind of the vision right there. The player from the EEV right there, and the player from the virus is being taken down. Maybe I was talking about that, but no, for now no any kind of the vision has been made from this area. But the virus, they have to move in like a virus and take all those players down. But two eliminations already have been grabbed out by the virus esports as well. Virus esports, they are trying to make some differential point, but the virus, they have to make that point into their consideration. But how it is going to convert them into that area would also be playing some kind of the maybe a differential part. Yes, we can say that. And the players from the slot number 23, they are still trying for that area to go on for that region. But how will it be converting for that stage? How will it be going for that area can be a greater question. And okay, we're still trying to make some kind of the vision over this area, and with that players will be able to make some vision over those area. And maybe for now virus esports, they're trying to make some eliminations from this area as well. But how would it be converting into their favor? How would it can make them compatible and a perfect performance wise fight can be a greater question and a greater move for this team. But the slot number 23, they are trying to escape out from this area, and maybe the teams which would be trying to make some kind of initial fighting spirit, they would be having some kind of disadvantage for going to as a zone. But the players who are not trying for those and going straight away to as a zone, they can have a greater advantage. They can have a great type of the leading victory for these teams. And the slot number 10 still trying to gather up some kind of the loots from this stage. But the players are still excited and a bit worried as well. And how it how it can go away from this area to those kind of the circles that can be made, and the formation of the circle is almost around 2000 meters away from this team, and this team have to go on for that. They don't want to expose in this area. They want to have some kind of the proper loot collection with the proper kind of vehicle collections as well. They will be grabbing up some kind of the vehicles and they will be straight away towards those areas. But for now, how it can be converted into their favor would also be playing those favorable area as well. And the teams for now, they are trying to move away and they are trying to go away for the zone as well. Slot number 7, already 2 eliminations has also been collected from this team as well. But the team from the aggro, they are trying to eliminate those players from this lot number 13, and it is the ST Ash. They are trying for that elimination. The players are escaping away and they are trying for those eliminations, and how it can be converted into their favor can also be a greater question as well. And already 3 players are only remaining for this team, and they need to work out on this area. They need to figure out on all of these teams, and all of this area have to be contested and managed by these teams. For now, it is going to shrinking off the zone, and the shrinking of the zone would be causing some kind of the damages for the teams as well. As the teams will move into the zone, there will be the circle cutoff and circle rotations as well, and it would make some kind of the eliminations. And there we go, the team from the another player can also make some kind of their favorable circle. But there we go, the players are still trying for that vision as well. But the player from the 355, they are trying to make some kind of the elimination. The players are trying to make some kind of the vision over and over the players of all the teams as well. But how they will be able to survive in these stages and how they can make up a good eliminations as well. There we go, the player from this lot number 21, just okay, instantly it is the 355, and they had already the 2 eliminations as well, and they need to go forward for the zone. And the zone, as soon as it would be closing in, the teams would have to bear up those heavy damages of the zone, and these heavy damages of the zone have also a greater advantage as well. And it is this lot number 21 for now. They are trying to make some kind of the fights right now, but no any kind of vision has been made so far, and how it can go for the performance elongation, and how it can be diverting or healthy, and the competitive fight in this stage can also be arised. Okay, the players are still trying for those level best area to convert their eliminations, but the players are still trying for those eliminations. But the players for now, they are trying for those eliminations as well, and they need to get up that area. And the players are trying to make some kind of the vision over that area, but how would it be connecting, how would it be going for those players? But the job is quickly for now. And as soon as I was talking about the zone will be and you would be having some disadvantage, but there we go, I was talking about this. And the zone beyond that area, they are trying to take those fights and they are trying for those eliminations as well, but it would make a huge differential part away from this team, and they have to bear up this area. And 3 players are already down, and he have to go for the 1v1 connection, and one-on-one connections have to be made. But no, there we go, the player from the NEKRO, they have been making this stage a way dominating and a way far away better from those stages of the group stages match. They have been improving themselves from those areas, and from the every aspect they are trying to improve his and the team gameplay as well. And we can say that they have been trying for this area, and he have a proper loot collection for now. But how could he be able to go towards that zone, and he is still in that area of the Los Leones, and he have to go for the zone as well. And while going for the zone, he need to subscribe. Okay, he need to survive. And I was talking about the subscribe, and please don't forget to subscribe as well. Okay guys, and there we go, the team from the NEKRO, he is still trying his best for the playing for, and how it can be managed up and how it can be finished off from this area. Okay, it is the 25 watching right now, but no any okay likes are not with that area as well. And I want to make sure that all of you guys like our video, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Okay, there's the team already trying to gather up, and there is a cluster moment forming up in the upper hill area, and players need to figure it out and how they will be fighting in this area, and they need to figure those area and how it would be converting into their favor. And the players from the slot number 19, they are trying to make eliminations in their favor. With that, they also need to make some kind of the vision, and the player is still trying. And okay, there is a player from the slot number 19, no any kind of eliminations till now, and no any kind of the favorable positions are being taken up, and the players from slot number 17 are there. We go, they have to take those fights, they have to make some kind of the vision over there, and the player is still trying for those area, but it is being clustered up, and now the team have to exchange some kind of the shots from here and there, but it is being a huge differential game for this team as well. They are not able to cut out those players who are moving ahead from there across those area towards that area. They need to figure it out, and they have that potential to make those eliminations into their favor, but how would it be connecting into their favor would also be mattering for them as well. And the player from the slot number 19, they are trying for those eliminations, but the one player have been taken out from his side, and how will it be going for those players that can be made up. But the player from the slot number 22, they are still in the area of those high heel. High heels are always gonna be having those area in those context of the favorable matches, and the players from the slot number 17 have been figured it out, but no, the players are still trying for the a lot of the tricky gameplays, and players are still trying for those eliminations count as well. But the slot number 17, they have also been saw in the beside of this area. TVV is right there. The players from the TVV, they are still behind those areas, and they can make up a good fighting instances and the elimination count for these areas as well. And how would it be converting there? There's the player from the slot number 19, and now he is going to connect those shots from the mini. It is being tap some connections from those area as well, but how would it be connecting the shots would be a great opportunity as well as a cohesions for these teams. And the player are still making those differential par from this area, but as soon as and as quick as possible, they need to fight, and they need to wrap up all those kinds of the domesticating scenarios. And there we go, the player from the slot number 17, they are still trying for that area, but they are not still being able to make those area confirmed into their favor. But how would it be converting into that area can also be a majority of the audience can take up a look on it, and how would it be going on. Okay, this is being a great instance and a great motivation for these players, and a great instance of the fight can be taken up from this area. They are being a great and a great momentum for this team, and there we go, the players are still making those connections, and how that right here, and the player are still in that area. How it can be a great match scenario, and in the slot number 17, they are trying not to lay those players down, trying not to lay those elimination into their favor. But there we go, the slot number 9, they have been taken down from this player, and he is trying to make some eliminations into this favor and this favorable fight condition. They will be having a great opportunity to take into the consideration, and how would it be going forward would also make some kind of the different vision as well. Okay, there is the player from the slot number 17. He is also trying for the zone as well, and the player from the slot number 19 for now, they are still trying for that area. But the player from the slot number 17, it is the TBB. They are trying to make vision against that player from the slot number 9, and now he is the only last player surviving. But the deviation connection that had made a great connection, but no, the last player of this team back is right there, back inside that area, and he have to make into that area, and if he forward for that, he have to get eliminated from this stage as well. And and now teams have to make some kind of thinkable scenario, and they need to work on it. They need to figure it out how it can be possible and how it can be making a differences as well. Okay, this is being a bit tricky and a fair gameplay as well. And while talking about those teams from this lot number 20 as well, they are not trying to compensate those points. They are trying to make some kind of the gutsy move right here, and how it can be converted can be a greater question. And the players from this lot number 19, they are still trying for the eliminations count, but talking about zone is not now necessary that enough to make those elimination count. Here's the player from the slot number 22. They have not yet been engaged into the fight, but how would it be connecting? How would it be going forward for that elimination count is also the majority of the question that can be raised right here. But what I'm talking about is that the players have to move away from those areas in order to make their confirmation slot into their favor. And here is the player from the slot number 22. They are trying to make some kind of the vision from the area of the high hill, but for that later phase gameplay they need to fight against those players. There's the players being shown for the another team, and they need to fight against that team. But the zone, talking about this zone, it is going to be finished off in the area of La Cabrera. It is the majority of the teams being clustered, but how would they be going forward for the zone is also a question, right? There can be arised, but there is the players from the sun as well. They are trying to eliminate those players, but they have to move away from this area as well, and they are trying to move away from this area, and how it can be converted for those area as well would be raised up from this question. And slot number 20, they are still into those areas that can be made up for a great elimination. Players from the EXO has been taken into the consideration of the vision of these players of the sun, but no any kind of the light that is being taken up from these players. And okay, the players are being taken down, and they are trying to make those eliminations into their consideration, but the one player has been taken down from the player. And okay, how it can be converted into their area, and how it would be a great fight, that would be a leading and a great question for this team. And okay, we're still trying to figure it out how it can be managed up. And okay, there is a player from this lot number 20 as well. They are trying to make some short connection against the players of the EXO, and EXO are being taken down one by one. They are still being figured out from these teams, and now it is being a favorable fight for the Sun as well. But once they're taken down, they need to figure it out on it as well, and some kind of the mistakes they will be getting the instantly finished up. And the pushes that have to be managed, if they do not have, then it will also be affecting those players. And while taking up into the battle, this considerable battle would be into a fight as well, and how it can be managed up for this team as well can be a greater question as well. Okay, the team from the Sun, they are trying for a level best, as I was talking about these teams. And now it is the team from the 22. It is the TKs who are trying to make some vision, but no, for now they need to go for the zone as well. And how the zone will appear and how it would be going on can be a great massive differential point. But the players are still trying to get into the zone, and if the zone would not be favoring you, it would be a greater and a better bit kind of approach for you guys. And you need to make up a fight, you need to clear those fights and clear those all kind of the hills that can have a potential fights that a player need to make on. And the players is still trying for that area. But the players from the slot number 24, it is the Kukuri Esports, and Kukuri Esports, he is, and they are also engaged into a particular fight that can be made up in their instances. But the players from the virus, they are being taken down, and the player from the 2v, they are still making those mesh fight into their area. But how would it be going into that area can be a greater question. And how would it be connecting, and how would it be going into those areas, and how would it have a greater impactful game. And there we go, the player from the 4 AM ES, they are having some kind of the grenade connections, and he need to make that elimination count possible enough in order to make some kind of the elimination. But the player from the sun right there coming behind that area, and with that area maybe they can have a cluster fight right here, and they are also trying to engage in this fight as well. And he is with that vehicle which is being damaged out, but he have to bear that punishment which has been taken up as a consideration of that fight. But the player from the esport as well, Gunslinger was there, but he had to be taken down as well. The player from the Talkie, who is trying to make some elimination, and differential can be created from this stage as well. And the Talkie is being eliminated as well, and the team would be a great initiated and appreciated to make some kind of the fight as well. The players who have been trying to make some kind of the slamming against those players are being punished off, and they are not trying for doing further involvement of the fight, and they are not trying to furthermore continue this fight. And it is being a deep fight, and a way out has to be managed from this team as well. And multiple area has been connected and collected from these teams, but how would it be considering into their consideration? And the players are still trying to figure it out how they can have a proper battle from this area. Can be a majority of that area that holds up on the zone area as well, and the players are still making those area into their side. And the player from this lot number 7 already 3 eliminations for the single player of that zone, and Kemi is right there. Kemi trying to make some elimination right there, but the player from the another team, Storm, is right there, and he is also trying for that chapter, and they are not trying to compromise any kind of the fights right there. And those compromisation cannot be excused, and this excuses has not been made for these teams. And the players are still trying for that area in order to make those elimination count into their favor. But the teams for now, it is going and heating up in this stage. And how it is heating up, you guys can say it, how it is being drawn it out. And it is the players from this area who need to figure it out, all of the area of the stages. And the players are still trying with that level best consideration and the confidence with that there, but the zone has been closing in, and the player from the CSC being taken down as well. But the retaliation has been made instantly from the player of this Strom as well, and it is being a heated up fight. A pressurizing scenario is being created for the teams from the Strom as well. And now it is this team number 17 and the team number 7. It would be a greater fighting stances, and how would it be connecting to that area? It is this lot number 7. How it can be making that area into the consideration can be a greater question as well. And the player still trying for that. Here is the player from the slot number 18. He is trying for that area to go on for those moment as well. But the player from the slot number 7 is being pinned down from the player of the Storms, and he is still trying to make some kind of the vision right there. And the player from the top as well, they are trying for those vision as well. And the retaliation between the triangle fight can be generated from this area. I'm seeing that possibility for the most of the teams that can be generated and connected through this area. There is the passing of that, but no, one by one the players have been taken down. And the player from the Storm he is being a great, and that kind of confidence is being showcased from this team. And now it is being a totally messed up scenario for this team, and now it is being a majority of the fight that can be converted into this area, but the players now being taken down, and now it is being a huge differential fight that can be taken up. And okay, there is a player who is being taken down, and now it is the zone closing in, and now whose team is gonna make some kind of the battle right here can be a majority of the question that can be arised as well. Okay, players are still trying to make some kind of the differential scenarios as well, but how it can be make those eliminations as well. The players are still trying for that area. There is a player 4 players are still remaining for this team, and the players are still trying for that elimination count. And now it is the players from the MSE. They are trying for that area to go on and eliminate those players. Now it is being converted into their stances, and one player is remaining right there. He's trying to make that player out, and there we go. A greater chickener from this team, and this player is having a greater moment of the match, and he have not lost that momentum that can happen a great fighting opportunity, and it is already a greater elimination, 11 elimination and a chickener. That is incredible from this team, and it is being some kind of the favorable game for the 4 AMES players as well. MSES players, maybe it can be considered as that as well, and the players are still trying for that area to hold on for that hashtag 5 position. Through that they can make up into the semi-finals, and they can have a greater fighting spirit as well. And players for now, they are trying to make some kind of the vision for the end of the circle. And for now we will be having a short break, and we will be right after that with the match number 3, and it would be the match of the Sanok. And thank you so much guys for watching. We will be back soon. Okay, welcome and welcome back again, guys. I want to welcome you guys again and again and again. You are most welcome in this match of the Sanok as well. We are heading towards the third match, and it is the third match of the Sanok, and teams would be more than excited to make that fight possible among team side. And the brilliant path has been glided out from the team. Okay, and the Hathin area has been contested by the plane path towards the area of the Nakam, and it is being committed by the teams to go forward for the fighting area, and how they will be trying to maintain those fights into their fighting consideration could be a greater question as well. And if they want to take some kind of the grip in this fight, they have to go for it, and they have to make some kind of the vision as well. There we go, the player from the ESCAPE Esports is right there, and they have to go for it. They have to go forward for that. Another eliminations count as well. Now they are going forward, and maybe kind of the eliminations can be secured from this area. Maybe the player still trying to make that elimination, but Speed On is right there, and Speed On is having that chance against their teammate, and lots of the mind games has been played from this team as well. There's the player from the Necro and the Frey 999 taking down that another player from the Dope as well. And this is being favorable situation for this team as well. And the zone, talking about this zone, we are having that another team which is taking the shot against the player from the slot number 6. And it is being taken down for the players, 18 teams. And now players have been counting down frequently, and teams are still trying that area to hold those considerations, but no, Cloud is taking that shot against those players, but in retaliation of that team, he is facing those shots against that team as well, and it is the backstab scenario that can be generated from these teams as well. But no, there we go, the player from the Exo taken down from the another end, and it is being clustered up right here, and these two teams need to make some kind of the vision for that player, and how it is going to convert it for this team, and how it would be making those elimination into their favor can also be a greater question that can be raised. And it is the players right in from there, and Exo Global, he need to make that elimination count. He is trying to pin down that player from the Exo who is trying to make vision against that team. There we go, and the team from the another player being taken down, and now Exo Global, he is trying to make that elimination count as well. Slot number 6 now being pressed out from the another end as well, and Exo Global is right there. He is still trying to make elimination count from this side, and now it is being considered as a greater instances of the fight, a greater initiation that can be met of an initial classes. It is gonna make some kind of the disadvantage for the teams as well, and escape esports. Now the maybe two only players are right there in order to make those revival possible, but the players from the back has been come out of that area, and while coming out from that area, maybe they are always a back esport, and they are trying to make some kind of a bombastic back energy, and back of that synergy is being taken down as well. And Exo teams are trying to make those elimination count into their favor, but they are trying for now to retaliate from this team, and he is trying to take some kind of the further vision as well, and making that fight into their favor. Here is the players, all of the players has been already taken up, and okay, only one eliminations has been taken up from the Azor Axon, and Azor Axon taking that another elimination. One elimination already taken down, and now all of the players being revived from this stage, and they are not having any kind of those difficulties that can be created up. But now it is the worst of the magazine that can be possibly run out from the player of the another team, and it was the Axo Esports. And Axo, he is, and they are trying for that level area to make their a great contribution among that area as well. But how would they be connecting, and how would they be collecting these fights into their favor can also be considered, and can also be talked, and it would be a topic for that area as well. For the player from this lot number 24 Kuri Esport, they are trying to make some elimination. Only 1 point has been gathered so far, but this point has to be gathered up in a great way that would be leading the team to connect and another elimination count as well. Now it is being heated up from this stage to make up some kind of the fighting scenario, and how would it be going forward can be a greater question, and that can make some kind of division as well. And while taking up this fight, the player has been taken down, and now the Kokuri esports, who are trying for that area, now need to make some kind of the area vision, and it is this lot number 24k as Toki is right there. And Gas Toki, he need to make some kind of the vision for the virus esports as well, and the Pablo is right there. Pablo, he is still trying for that area, and now they have to go on and they have to move in for that area as well. And for this area, he is trying for some kind of the revival as well, and the Toby sub is right there, and he is trying for that area in order to make that possible contest of that area, and a zone has been taken away from that area, so that they need to make some kind of the struggle right there. Yeah, we can have some kind of the mentality safe that can be set out by the team from the Virus Esports as well. Virus Esports, they're trying to take some slam as well, but he is instantly being favorable. But okay, we is going to make some kind of initiation. There we go. The player from the team Kokuri Esport can make off a great fighting scenario. Converting from this area is the majority of the question, and maybe they have already passed out the scenario and the communication has been made out to this team. And there is the Virus Esport, who has been taken down and eliminated from this stage, and it is going to be a great synergy and a great fighting spirit for this team. And slot number 24, they have somehow made into that 4 players and that 4 eliminations. Already a great approach by this team, and this time they are not trying to let the players go down and not trying to let the players make those any kind of the mistakes that they have been making in those physically in the previous matches, and they are not trying even to make those eliminations. And okay, the players from the slot number 6 ESC is right there with that elimination count. They're trying to eliminate some kind of the position, and the players are still behind and in front of them, and they need to make some vision. Alright, yeah, against that team, I was surprised to make some kind of the vision right there, but how will they be escaping? The player is escape, the team is escape, and how are they gonna escape from this scenario? There is the players from the dope, they are arising from behind. He have already got that notice and that earphone, and there we go. The players have been spotted, and now he would be having some kind of the roof right there, and he would be going now forward for the zone as well. And while going for the zone, they need to make some kind of the survival points as well. The map of the Sanok itself going to talk about that survival point as well, and those eliminations can be collected in a far wider stance that have never been collected from the previous matches, can be grabbed out and compensated in this stage. And the team from the escape, they are still trying for that area, but the Johnstone kid has already made their area into the consideration as well. But how would it be going forward, and how would it be making those area into that considerations as well? But the teams still have to make on and move on to the direction that have been made out from these teams, and the players are still trying for their vision, and a proper location has to be chosen and picked up in order to make a great fighting stances. But there will be the player from the NEKRO, they are trying to heat up some connections against the team 355, and 355 are being taken down. Only the 2 players are remaining instantly. Okay, in fact, one only the players who is remaining, and he is going to be bearing off those damages from the players of the Dope Esports, and they are being eliminated as well. The backfire of the teams, they are going to be eliminated, and it is the so for the slot number 7, and it is the Dope Esports, and they are having a great fighting energy, and those energy would be presented right here, and the players are still trying for that a great and the wonderful synergy of the teammate. And how would it be going forward? The players from the Axo are still trying for that zone as well. He is also trying to get some connections in the forward moment as well. But the players for now, they are trying to make some kind of vision against those players. Slot number 8 is right there, NEKRO, right in that area to make some kind of the vision right there. And how would it be connecting those players? How would it be connecting that players into their fight connections? Okay, here is the player trying for that area as well, and how we gonna be making that connections into that area and the region as well. Slot number 6, they are still trying to that area to go on and move on to the fight as well, and the lots of those mentality have been taken off, and a strong mentality with the strong gunpowder team, it is being made up, and the team from the Exo Esports, they are still trying for that area to move in, and they are not still being into that area that can be made up from these stages. And the players are still trying to hold up that area from this stage, but the players from the TBB, they are trying to hold on this stage. The player from the Dope, they have been eliminated, but now is spotted from the player of the Exo Esports, and the Exo Esports making that elimination count, and it is Jamie who will be taken down from that area. It is the Exo Global who has taken that eliminations against that player, and it is successfully being converted into the elimination count of himself as well. Apollo is right there from the TBB, and the players from the 2B, as always, they are also being connecting those elimination count. They have already maybe figured out the players who are being moved out from this area. Maybe they have a concrete idea about how they have to play and they have to manage these fights. Can be a greater question as well. And the player from the TBB is 77X is right there, and the 2 eliminations already collected, but the Tashi is right there, and Tashi also trying to make those eliminations and the vision against those players, but he is making those visions against that upper hill area. But till now, there is no any kind of such area that can be covered up from these stances as well. But the players have to make on into a greater area as well. The players have to make some kind of the vision from the area as well. Okay. Now, how would they be converting this fight into their instances is also a majority of the question that can be made up out of that, and it is TVB Esports. They are trying to make it some kind of the elimination scout as well, and now Zone has been being our favorite spot in this stage, and how would it be going forward would be a question as well, as we are always talking about this, and how would it be going forward for that area. And the player from the team just and the black as well, back esport. Okay, back esport is right there, and back esport making that elimination count with that 2, but how would they be continuing forward? And the player from the 2B being down right now, and the player from the 2B, they need to get some kind of a great fighting scenario and a great fighting spirit right here, but how would it be getting connected to their area would also be mattering a lot in this stage. But the player from the Kukuri Esports, they are trying to move into that area. 5 eliminations already been collected for this team, and now it is always into that area of those players. And 2B Esports, for now, they are being pinned down from the players of the Kukuri Esports. Regen is right here. Regen is trying to make some kind of the vision and trying to take those players down, but the players from the 2B, they are trying to make some kind of the another vision from the team, and he is trying to avoid those fights that can possibly make their fight way out into the out of lobby. And it is being a great and a massive journey for this team, and how would it be going forward? There is the player from the just and the back esports, and back esports, they are not trying to back in, they're not trying to come in from the back end and take some kind of the fight, but they are trying to make some kind of the fight in front of the enemy and in front of those players who can have a greater fighting spirit. But how would it be continuing? It is the players always trying for that area, but how would it be connecting for those teams? That would play a majority of the questions as well, but the players still maintaining that legacy, still maintaining that approach to mix into that area, and it is being showcased from the team of the 2v esports. 2v esports now being into a greater fighting scenario, and this scenario would make a greater impact for these players. There is the player from this lot number 24, Kukuri Esports. These two Nepali teams has been fighting against each other. How would they be making up into this area? It's the main question that can be a greater executable question, and here is the competition that can be made up into the fights, and how would it be going forward? And the players are still trying to pin down the players from this stage, and how would it be going forward? That would be a greater question as well. The player taking that from against that player, but how would it make a greater fight as well? Okay, the player has been already eliminated, but the players are still trying to grab those all the players that can be made up, and now it is being showcased from these teams how they can be taking that elimination count into their area and into their safe spot and their comfort zone, where it is they can have to figure it out, and they have a greater vision of that area, and they can have that area as well. And now it is the Kukuri Esports, they are being trapped out, and now it is the players from the slot number 17 as well. Now the players, okay, there was a player who has been playing that tricky situation, and the player from the Kukuri Esports right now being taken down, but no, from the back end the players have to made into this area. The last player remaining for the 2v esports as well, the player Demonic is right here, and he is the last player surviving, and he is also being trapped out from the player of the TVB, and TVB also making that thought possible, and the player from the Just are also trying to take those elimination count against these players, and how would it be making those counts into their favor, and how would it be making those shots, and how would it be connecting those area into that consideration. Would also be making that use impactful game. And while talking about these teams, they are trying for a level base to make their connections into their favor, but the players from the top esports, they are having the move ahead, and the teams are still trying to make some kind of the vision as well. There's the team from the EVV, and EEV is right there, and okay, how it is going to make some kind of the vision, and how it is going to make that elimination count possible can also be the question that can be raised right here in this stage. And okay, the players are still in that open area. There's a player from the dope, and he is still in the open area, but no one can spot him right now. But in this stage, he need to make some kind of the vision right there, where the player from the Just is right there back in then. And how would it be a questionable factor that can arise from this stage, or better area that can be holded up, that can be made up into that area, and it is being a great fighting scenario. And there we go, players are still trying to make some kind of the vision against that player, and it is being a greater fighting in spirit. And the player from the Just, for now, it is being taking the player from the another team's lot number 23. They are coming way out for the push out, and the push out has to be managed. The players from the EEV, they have also a great opportunity to make those fight into their side. Now how would it be going forward? And it is being contested by the teams, and now it is lot number 9. It would be a greater opportunity for them to grab as well, and now it is being a grenade connection, and would it be a connection for this successfully that would play and take down those players would be a question as well. And now it is being a favorable and a kind of the a great synergistic fight they need to manage with this area as well. The player from the Ducati, they also need to make some kind of the vision right there in the area of that high hill, but how would they be congested, and how would they be making those elimination into their favor can also be a greater question as well. The players are still being taken down from slot number 9. Now it is being a great instances of the fight. Now it is being collected as elimination count for the teams of this player, and the players from this lot number 23, 3 eliminations already grabbed out. Now they need to work on it, and they need to work hard for a greater fighting in scenario. And the player from the back esports, they have a greater opportunity, but instead of that, while talking about these players, They also need to go through that area. And here we go. Leo is right there, and Leo, he is trying to make some kind of the vision right there, but no, still he is not being stressed out. He had to get stressed out from these players, but still he is trying to make some kind of that discipline, and those commitments has been taken out from that player, and this trigger discipline has to be maintained from this player. And there we go, the player from the NEKRO right here, he have a greater opportunity to take those player down. Maybe they know about that player, and now he have to be aware about that player as well. Now it has been a sin scenario, and right there he have made that connection possibly into that area, but now how would it be connecting? But no, at last he was being taken down as well. Now the 14 eliminations already been collected from the EEV team. Now it is the last and the firmer fight of this game, and the player from the Kukuri Esport, they are having the 7 elimination, and they are also having that elimination with that a favorable and a great impactful game. And will this impact into this area as well would be a greater question, but the crystal clear thing is that among these two teams, they would be having a great fighting energy, and they would be qualifying for the semi-finals as well. And how would it be going for that semi-finals? With team would be a greater spirit, and how it would be compromising the teams to get into those semi-final slot, and how would they be grabbing those? There is a burst that is coming out from the EEV, but EEV, they are still trying to figure it out how it can be a greater fighting spirit. There is the players from the KH, they are trying still to crawl it down and take those eliminations. Those eliminations can be a greater instances for them as well. The players from the KH, they are trying to move in from that area, but there we go, the player had spotted another player from the region, and it is going straight away to that area, and it is being a greater fighting synergy that have been showcased from the Kukuri Esports. Another player to being taken out, and now the last player is the remaining, as the cherry is right there. But at the end, it is the victory for the player from the Kukuri Esport. They have not made any kind of the mistakes. Any kind of the mistakes has not been followed from this game. There we go, Kukuri Esport having that almost around 10 eliminations. They have grabbed out it and the second for them as well, and a great point has been collected from this team. They have always been a great team that has been putting out in this stage, and they have not yet been shut out to prove this, and they have always and that fighting spirit that can be showcased from this stage. And and for now we will be going for the short break. After that we will be coming with the live stats and also rankings, and for now you guys have to Okay, back again. We are back with the last match, and it is the last match of the Erangel. And while talking about the match of the Erangel, teams will be interested to make some kind of the vision against these players and match of the Wrangle. It is going to be a must match that is being watched out all through this event, and now players have to be concerned about how they will be playing, how it would be going forward, and how the teams would be making some kind of the vision as well. Now it is being the distance to be covered out by the teams for their drop spot, and the teams now have to go on for their greater instances of the fights as well. Six slot number six. Now players are straying away towards the another area of the farm as well. Now it is being concerned of the matter that the player is still heading towards the point of the another team, and now it is being considered as the player who is being taken down. Now it is being the plane path going towards this Stalber, and the Stalber, talking about that area, a team has been already strengthened at their position as well. As we have already talked about this concern as well, the players from the slot number 6, now they have also a greater opportunity to turn this fight out and turn this game out, and maybe they can make up into the finals as well. We have seen a lot of the gameplays and the tricky gameplays from these teams as well, and talking about that zone, maybe teams will have a greater instance of those eliminations as well. Right there in the CSC, the players already have taken the fight against that area, and now CSC lobby was right there. They are trying to make some kind of the vision and trying for that eliminations count as well, and now the players are trying for that elimination count, and it is being showcased from that area, and now it is the slot number 11. They're trying to step ahead towards that area, and the players are maybe they're trying for that region as well, but no, there is gonna be the player who is being taken down, and now slot number 11, they have to make this fight connection possible, and there we go, another player being taken down. I love you is being a favorable and drastically momentive player who is taking the shot against that player, and he is making those tricky and the magical spray with that as 12k, and that as 12k gonna make that player rise around it, and there is the last player remaining from the team, and there we go, the last player, slot number 11, he has been eliminated as well. Now it is being the slot number 12 who is rocking in this stage. Somehow he or they have to lose a player from their side as well, but how he gonna be converting their stages? But the players right there, they are trying to connect some shots right there from that area. ESC was right in that area as well. How would be game, how would be going forward, and it is being a drastic moment that can be converted from this team, and now it is being a drastic moment that can be changed out. It is the players from the another side as well, and it is the CSC esports who are trying to make some kind of the vision against the other players as well. And CSC, they are okay, there are the two players as well. I'm confused of it. ESC and CSC. Okay, there were some similar kind of the fights and the similar kind of the players' name as well, so that I was able to confuse right there. And the players for now, the player from the shot right there, they have to make some kind of the fight right in that stage. But the player from the lot number 70, he have taken that end of the player down, and now it is being confirmed as the elimination. And now slot number 20, he also have a greater opportunity to make that clutch against that player, and a great clutch. He will be having a great confidence over this area, and he don't have to compromise for the loot as well. And while converting about that area, the Son Pickens has also been taken down at the TBB, having that 4 eliminations for each of the player distribution, but it wouldn't be going forward for that area as well. And now it is being favored out for this team with that 2 players remaining in that last stage of the circle. And how would it be going forward? That would be raising that area, and they have a greater opportunity and instances of those fights that can be made up from these teams as well. And the players from the another team that can be made up can be the potential Nekro is the player. Yes, Nekro is the team, and Nekro is the players is having a great opportunity to take some kind of the fight right there. But the players from the back right now, they are being engaged into the fight of the area, and how it is gonna be converted in their side would be greater instances that can be made up, but how it is going to connect that one. Okay, the players from the back is right there, and they're trying to turn back around and make those kind of the fighting energy right there, but no, the player from the just right there, Rezi was that, and Rezi gonna be taken down as well, and Rezi being taken down. Back Leo is right there with that 2 eliminations as well, and okay, there we go. The player have been taken down as well, and it is the fight for the slot number 21. It is a 3-5-5, and they are making it into that area. And the players from the Necro, they are trying to hit with that area, and they are with the 4-man in that bot, and they have headed towards that area from the wateries area, and they have already landed into this area of the military base. Maybe this island would make all favorable changes for this team as well, and now how it be going forward for this area and this team as well, that can be raised in this stage. How would they be connecting those shots and the eliminations count as well? It is being favorable for the teams that can be raised and that can be made up into the semi-finals, and how it is going for that area as well can be a greater question as well. But the players from the slot number 22, they are trying to make some kind of the vision right there, but the players now being taken down as well back to back. These shots are being a greater opportunity and the challenges for this team, and now it is divided into sports. They are trying to take off the fight against the multiple angle of the players, and the players are being aggressed, and players are being interested in the multiple fight of that area, and the players are being taken down. Now 1 elimination already confirmed right there, but how would it be going forward? Already 2 eliminations have been collected from their team as well. 2 players has to be lost from this stage, and it is going to hamper them a lot as well, and it would be a greater fighting energy as well. And there we go, the player from this lot number 22, they are stepping ahead for that area as well, and so they go forward would be a greater question as well. The players have to move in from those areas that can be a greater maybe challenges that can have to be managed away from the teams, and the players from the CSC, they have an opportunity to make up into this fight. And okay, already they have been making some kind of the elimination count. 4 eliminations already made into that area, and how would they be collecting? There we go, the vision has been created already, but no, they have not created that far vision that can be made up into that area. But how would it be going forward? And the players have to get into that area, but the bridge camping scenario, bridge camp has already been taken out by the next players, the players from the slot number 22, and they have to make over this fight. They have to convert this fight into their energy, and this energy as well, players from the Necro is also being shown from this area as well, and the team have to go for the zone as well. Zone is taking that other way out for this team, but the zone while taking up into this area, team from the different area, different location, the players from the deep is still ahead and is still behind that area of the Kamasuke and Kamasuke area. They need to manage the fights against that players, and the player are still trying for the level base to make their fighting contestant into that area, and loot compromisation has not been done yet from the teams of the DOP, and the players from the EEZ and EEV are trying to make some kind of the loot collection in the proper way, and they are trying to move ahead from a greater path in the move of the zone as well. As soon as the zone moves in, the players have to go for the zone as well. And while talking about the formation of the zone, it is not going that hard away from the players, but while going for the stage 2 circle, teams are still being concerned about that area and how it is gonna be the making some kind of the elimination count as well. And the players from the Necro, they are trying for the elimination count as well, but now how would it be converting into that area? The players from the Kukuri East, but they are also trying to make some kind of the vision right there, but no, another player being taken down from the Kukuri Esports. Now Kukuri Esport being helpless in their instances. Now the player from the Kukuri Esport, they are trying to move ahead from that area of the vehicle, and now it would be a great, and that area would be compromised from that area as well. Now it is being the virus, and he is trying to take some kind of the virus against that players, and now he is getting that heal up right there, but no, the player from the slot number 13 standing coming that behind and taking those shots and eliminating that player from the virus as well, and the slot number 10 eliminated from the lobby as well. Slot number 14 right there behind that area, and the KH Kukuri Esports, they have to manage some kind of the fight from this area. And how would they be able to manage this? Well, they may manage to get some kind of the elimination from these stages. Can also be a greater instance of the game. There is the player from the LM. There is the slot number 18 who is trying to make some kind of the vision and the connections with that player, but how would it be going forward? And it is the players from the STS. They have to manage the fight against the slot number 22, and they are also ahead of that area, and how it is going to make some kind of the vision right there. That would be a greater fighting spirit and a greater majority of that priority can also be seen right here. But okay, the players are still trying for that level waste to make their elimination count possible, but the players for now, they are being stressed out in the open area, and the player from the slot number 22, they are also trying to make some kind of the vision right there, but the player from the another in the toxic is right there, and he is coming instantly for the support of the teammate, and this area would be contested by the team as well, and now it is being favorable, and the contestant of this team and this team would be having those elimination down. Now it is being considered as the shots that can be hit up, and it is being a user-escape scenario that can be converted off from this stage, and the pro eliminations already collected from this stage, and the STS is still trying for that area as well. And slot number 13, STS is trying for that area and making those elimination count as well, but the team is being concerned about this area, and the players from the slot number 12, they are still trying for that area, but no, they are having those kind of the scenario that can be backed up and that can be favored not into their area, but the players are still adhering into that area. That there we go, the players from EEV, they were having a late rotation from this area, and they are trying to grab those eliminations into their favor as well, and it is being the fire avoiding scenario, it is being the backstab scenario from this team EEV, and they are not trying to get away from the survivals. They are still trying to make some kind of the fights right there, and they are not letting the opponent to beat over them and dominate over them, and they are still trying for their elimination count, and already 2 eliminations have been collected from this team, and EEV already 2 eliminations. Now they have a great opportunity to contest over those players who have been taken down. Now it is a third party scenario that can be created from EEV, and EEV now they can go forward to that area and eliminate a greater potential questions and make some kind of the reasons as well. Yeah, I was talking about these players and these teams as well, but how they can be having that area into the contestant area, but no, there is a player from that area that have been taken down, but no, finally the players has been taken down as well. Now revival would be possible for them as well, and it would be a greater and the simplest revival for them as well. Yeah, that will always be a great question for them as well, but how it gonna be making some kind of the changes, and these changes would be a greater impactful and a greater way in this way to make out some kind of the fights right there, but the players are still trying to make some kind of the loot collection right here, and they're trying to move ahead, but the players from the dope, they can have that area to move ahead, and they can bear some kind of the third party scenario from the breeze area as well. They are stepping ahead towards the breeze area right now, and how it gonna be ended up right this stage. Now dope, it is going to hit up right now. The teams are stepping ahead. Now how would it be going towards that players? How would it be going for that enemy as well? They are trying to make some spot about that players as well. Now how would it be going forward right there? Okay, Here is the player from the dope. He's trying to make some kind of the vision right there, but now the players are being spotted right from this stage, but he is being patient right here, and he is not letting that player to know his position as well, and he is trying to make some kind of those capitalization as well, and the players are now being taken down. Here is the player from the slot number 18 who is trying to take down the player against that enemy, but no, Al Amricol is right there. He is trying to take that shot against that player as well, and now it is being the player who is trying to make some kind of deflection right there. But here we go. Players are being taken down, and now while taking down those players, the player have to make some kind of the retaliation and make some kind of those fighting moments into their favor as well. They are trying to avoid some kind of the fights as well, but how would they be going forward for that area can be a greater question as well. The players from the Axo as well, they are trying for that swimming area, and they are trying to swim in, and they are trying to go forward with that zone that they have to play throughout this zone, and while playing throughout the zone they have to go for the another area as well. And now they have been taking a great risk that have to be managed out throughout this event, and they can make up into the finals. How they can make up into the semi-finals can also be a greater question that can be raised right here. And the slot number 8, they are trying for some kind of the elimination count, and what would it be a greater fighting instances. There we go. Players still trying for some kind of the vision right there, but how would it be possible? How would it be taking into their favor as well would be a greater question right in this stage. And while talking about these, the caliber of the teams that can be showcased from this area can be a greater and the impactful in stages that can be made up right here. And the slot number 8, they're trying still maybe there can be a greater fighting spirit, and that approach can be made up into this area. And the player from the slot number 8 right now, they're trying to take down the players from this area, and the player from the slot number 14 as well, they're trying for that area which can be made up with that another instances as well. And the player from this area have also the opportunity to make some kind of the vision as well, and they are not trying to lay those player down. And now it is being some kind of the favorable situation for this team as well, and now it is not being favorable and not suitable for this team to make some kind of the fights as well. And the zone is straightly going towards the area of that another region. And the players from the Necro, they have a greater and the pure opportunity. They have been crystal clear, and some kind of the couple of points can be grabbed out from this stage as well. And backstab can be a greater question for them as well, but they need to figure it out. They need to manage some kind of the fights right there. And okay, the players have to be revived for now, and if as soon as the players will be revived, they can have a great fighting opportunity, and they can have some kind of elimination round as well. They are trying for that player to get revived, and while reviving that player, now the team have to go on for that area which can be potentially the player's favorite. And the players from the slot number 18, he's also trying to move through this area of the waterway, and while going through waterway area, now the waterway area have to be contested by the teams. Now 8 teams only remaining for their area, and now the players have to make some kind of the vision right there. But the players from the nasty, okay, the nastiest fight, the cruel fight has been made up from that area, and that would be a great fighting instances for this player as well. The player from the slot number 6, they have been also seen a greater instances, but there is a player being on for that slot number 14 right in that stages, and being that area, maybe he can also make some kind of the changes from this area as well. The player from this slot number 6, he is trying to make some kind of the vision for that team as well, but how can it be a great instance that can pull off him into that area? Can a big question right in this stages, and how they can make up into this fight, and how they can survive into this fight, and how they will be executing those fights and converting that into a great fighting conversion scenario. And it would be maybe almost around a great synergistic gameplay that can be shown off from these stages. And there is the player from the slot number 4 in NEKRO ESPORTS right there, but the team have to make those 5 elimination count possible from that stages, but the team will be having some kind of the vision right in this stage, TVB right in that area. Now we're in the last stage of the zone, and the zone is being shrinked out, and it is the 45 seconds of the timer that would be letting the players to close in for the zone as well, and they have to go forward for the zone, and they have to make some kind of the eliminations count, and they can go further more elimination as well as those kinds of the fighting synergies. And slot number 17, the TVB is right there, and the TVB is trying to make some kind of the vision right there, but how can he be possible? Now how can it be a great instance that can be made up from this area? Can be a great question as well. And the player from the slot number 23, he is also trying to make a elimination, and there we go, he is trying to hit. And the players from slot number 7, deep is right there in that deep, but that is kind of a hill that can be contested from this team. And there we go, the players are still trying for that area to make on to this area, and the players from slot number 23, they are being contested, and the deep, they are trying deep hard to make that area into their favor. And the slot number 17, TBB, the last player from this from this area, can be survived right in this stage, but how can he be surviving from this area would be the great question as well. And the players would be having a great fight for now, and it would be going forward for the players. And how would it be instancing the player? How would it be playing for the player? And how would it be making the right for as well? Would be a great question for the teams as well. And it is being hit off from the teams in order to make some kind of the elimination count. And how would it be going forward? And there we go, the players are still trying to make some kind of the vision right there, but how would it be making some kind of the differences? How would it be making some kind of the instances that can be created? But the players from the dope, they are having a great energy, and the synergy of the zone as well, it is being contested from this area as well. Now the team have to make some kind of the vision right there, and the slot number 12, they are still trying for that elimination count that can be grabbed out from this area. The players from the dope, they are still trying for that area to make some kind of the vision right there, and already 3 eliminations from the KME is converted. But now the slot number 12, they have also need to make some kind of the vision right there. And here we go, the players from the TBB is right there and getting spotted from that area. Now he also needs to get into that area, and now the players are instantly being taken down. Now they have to make some kind of the vision in the proper area. All of these stages have to be contested by the teams as well, and the players now being great instances for now, and it is being the player from the TBB taken down. Now the player need to get into this area, and now it is being heated up right here. And the slot number 14, they are being taken down from that area, and now it is being showcased as a differentiation gameplay, and ESCE is right there, and the 2 teams are only remaining in this stage, and it is the last stage of the circle. And how will it be going for one? Now they are trying to get into that area. Now it is being heated up in this area, and pressurized situations can be created, and the initial classes that would have been created, some kind of the differential points that can be avoided right here in this stage. And there we go, the player from ESCE Esports, they are also trying to make some kind of elimination count right there, but the players being taken down from the slot number 6 as well. They have to work on it, they have to figure it out how they can make up into that fight as well. Now the players, only 2 remaining, and they need to make some kind of the fights right there, and they are still trying to make some vision from that a pixel, a narrow HP. But how would it be connecting the shots? And while connecting the shots, he have also need to make some kind of elimination right in this stage. For the player from slot number 7, he is the only last player surviving. Now he have to make some kind of the vision. No, but there we go, the player is being survived. Now the last player was there, but no, he was not able to make some kind of the movement right there, and finally he is being taken down, and the last player has been eliminated from this stage. And there we go, the players are being helpless. And now what would be the result? This is the most entertaining and most favorable and the most impactful thing that can be arised and that can be showcased in this area, and how it can be maybe a great area right there in this stage. Okay, look at about the short-term result. What would have been a great result as well. We'll be going for a short break. After that, we'll be coming after a short result as well. Till then, keep watching, guys. We will be back soon. Okay, guys, back again. We're back with all the stats and all the overall standings of the team with the Group D, and the team of the top five are going for the semi-finals, and the teams are the Team DOP, Exo Warriors, the Bad Brother, the Evokers, Esports, and the Team Classic. Many congratulations to them who have been qualifying for the semi-finals, and many thank you for all of these teams who have not been qualified, but they have still an opportunity to make into this similar events, and you guys can connect it and still get connected with our server as well, and you guys can have a great starting. And it is not just a end, it is just a starting for you guys, and this is just a beginning, and you can make some kind of the fun moments right here. And it is the Team Dob who had made that 47 points in the total, and with that a great initiation has been made from this team, and how it gonna be making some kind of the points in the semi-finals can be a greater question that can be arised. And the Team Exo, they are having a great fight as well, 35 points for them. And the team, the Bad Brothers, they have also made the 35 points, and Evokers Esports, they have also made the 35 points. Three teams with the 35 points, and they have made into the semi-finals. Now the Team Classic with that 32 points, they have also made into the semi-finals. Now how it gonna be the matches and how it will be going forward would be the question, and you guys are watching for now. It is the NEC community presents the NEC Showdown season 2, and you guys are watching for now quarterfinals, but it is the end of the quarterfinals, and we guys will be meeting you on the semi-final stage on the 9th and the 10th of the April. And you guys don't need to forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, and we will be right back in this stage in this YouTube channel in the 19 CET timing zone. And you don't guys forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for now, we will be ending our live stream. And thank you everyone who have been watching us, and thank you every teams who have been participating in our event, and thank you so much everyone who have been getting connected with us. Thank you everyone, have a great day, and have a great night as well.